Yeah. Now, I just got just one more question. Yeah. It's on the printed sheet with the no signature from Franco. Now, it says, that my license wasn't suspended due to pending appeal. What does that mean? Right? Because my license is suspended, right?
No, so the license right now, it's not being suspended.
Pardon me, ma'am?
It's not being suspended right now because the suspension was up. So now it's just saying that it's canceled. Meaning, again, you just pay your reinstatement fee, then you can go ahead and book your G-Road tab. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, you said it's not under suspension, it's canceled. What, you're saying I canceled it?
No. It's just the way the system goes. No, you didn't cancel it. No, it's just the way it changes. So
okay.
If the suspension is up, it changes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you didn't do anything. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to tell me? How many suspensions I have as of?
To be honest, I don't have access to that. I do
Okay.
not. If you want to know that.
So my license was under suspension. It's not under suspension. It's canceled. You just impossible to really get to the bottom of what they've done to my driver's license. But obviously, being in the middle of a pandemic, you can clearly hear her saying I can go ahead and book my G license. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and do that. We're going to see how quick I get stopped in my tracks. Now, today is November the 8th, and I go for the criminal charges against the, not against the officer. The officers got against me November the 25th of 2020 this year in Peterborough from the failing the breath, assault on a police officer, and impaired driving when I was camping with my family back in August of 2004. It completely makes sense now why the Ministry of Transportation sent me out a letter on the 28th of October and the 29th of October of 2020 telling me now that your license is suspended. So I guess they really don't want me to travel, or they're trying to entrap me upon new charges. Not quite sure, but so far I've had 18 judges in Peterborough lie to me about that. And we're going to go and we're going to see if we can't see me on Peterborough court dockets here. We're just going to go see. As of July the 26th, the Ontario Court of Justice resumed hearings additional, let's get this focused in here, additional to family and law matters, trials and preliminary inquiries at certain courthouses. Trials and preliminary inquiries at these courthouses are proceedings in person unless otherwise directed by the director of the jurisdictional office. So there we go. The courts never really ever shut down. They just minimizes the people that actually goes to court. See, as of July. Right? July. Right? So I'm going to go up there in November. Now, we're going to go to... Pause. COVID-19 reopening courtrooms. Do not attend the courthouse if you are experiencing signs or symptoms of COVID-19 or have been advised by the public health officials, a physician, or by COVID-19 self-assessment of Ontario Minister of Health websites that seeks medical attention or self-isolate. So I have nothing. So it looks like November the 25th I'll be going, and they'll probably be throwing me in jail for several years because it's been, due time for them to shit or get off the pot, right? So, Peterborough Court dockets. We're going to see what's all going on up there. Alright, I just want to point out something here for Peterborough Court dockets. Court dockets for January. Oh, shoot. Oh, January of 2019. Peterborough Court dockets for January 10th, 2019. I appeared in court 3 times in the first 2 weeks of January. First 2 weeks. So we'll go January the 5th, 6th, 7th, and the 8th. I also appeared in Peterborough on December the 21st of 2018. Good luck on finding that one because I was the only one at the courthouse. Forget about the courtrooms. They reserved the courthouse for me on December the 21st of 2018. And then January, I appeared in court once via video by Lindsay Correctional Facility when they locked me up and wanted $1,000 cash bail. But you won't find December the 21st. You won't find the first 2 weeks of January of 2019 either. Because they don't want the public to know how bad that these courts actually abuse somebody like me that lives in Brampton, lives on Ontario disability with a spinal injury that made me travel 2 hours at 8 o'clock in the morning from my home in Brampton. But I'm trying to find December the 21st. You won't find it. You won't find it. They don't want the public to know how evil or how bad that they've really preyed upon me and have attacked me. And this really all this is what they're all doing just to cover up what that OPP officer did on August the 4th of 2018. This is what the extent of what the law, the Crown Attorney, the Attorney General, the Justice Department of Canada, to cover up now, to protect this OPP officer that was obviously caught on audio, caught on video, telling a young woman with her 3 children to drive around in the middle of the night to look for a new campground, right? When they got the call at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, when those 2 government workers went back to their cottage, they made the telephone call and they told them, yes, there's a family down there with small children. That officer or that gang of OPPs, they waited till 10 o'clock that night to come down. A lone officer with a firearm on his waist, folding his arms in front of a 5-year-old child. Pack up and go back, load a trunk or not. Get out of here, he said. Didn't give a shit. Serve and protect. We're going to serve and protect our own. Okay? She wanted you out of here. I don't care if you guys get killed. This officer didn't give a shit if we murdered a half a dozen people on the highway. Because from Bass Lake to Brampton, let's see how far that is. Let's check it out. Alright? Okay, this is Bass Lake. Right, this is where we were. Right, down on the dead end road. We were down in here somewhere. But you could tell there's nothing down there. You could tell there's nothing down there. Right? This is where he got a telephone call. He's alleging at 10 o'clock at night. Right? OPP. Right? Came all the way down here. Right? From Peterborough. Right? Peterborough's all the way down here. So he got the telephone call, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, from Peterborough. They waited till 10 o'clock at night to show up, knowing that there were small children and family down there. Right? Right? You can hear them on the video drive around the campgrounds. We'll see where the campgrounds are. Campsites. Campsites near Bass Lake. Remember, he's an OPP officer, and they're well familiar with this area. Okay? So, campgrounds. Campgrounds. Near Bass Lake. Bob Cajun. Campgrounds near Bass Lake, Bob Cajun. Okay? So. Okay? There's Bob Cajun. There's Bass Lake. Bass Lake is up in here. So these are all trailer parks, okay? These are all trailer parks. So the closest campground would be down here. Okay, Lindsay. So this would be the closest campground. Over an hour away. He told us to go drive around. See that? That's the closest campground because we're in a tent. We're not in an RV park, trailer park. Right? These are all trailer parks. Oh, Woodlawn Camp. Woodlawn. That's even closer. That one's only 45 minutes away. So we'd have to go through all of these lakes and all of this here in the middle of the night with 3 children. Right? Right? To this campsite. Because this is where they take tents. Now, we're all the way up here. We're all the way up here, Bass Lake. Bass Lake is all the way in here. Bass Lake is up in here. Yeah, now that he was caught on, and another thing too I want to throw in there is about the body cameras that they want to spend millions of dollars on for the police to wear, right? Right? So they want, and even though, and this is what I don't get either, even though this officer, you can clearly hear that he's committing a crime by ordering people to drive impaired, right? And being caught on video. It's been almost 3 years now. I've made over 16 trips, right? To Peterborough from Brampton. Show you how far that is from Brampton. To Peterborough Court. To Peterborough, Ontario. 1 hour and 23 minutes from Brampton to Peterborough. And I did that 18 times in an 11-month period. Sorry, I had one via video from Lindsay Correctional Facility. So every 3 weeks, I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and drive an hour and a half at 7 o'clock in the morning across the 401, right up to where the Peterbirds are. Right up in here to the courthouse. And I did that 17 times in an 11-month period. Now, right? Normal court proceedings, you take about 4 or 5 trips and then it's over with. Well, Andrew Midwood, this is November, still hasn't even given me disclosure. He's still withholding the videotape That was where I was being tortured at 10 hours. I know why you're not giving that up, because it's going to prove how bad that they tortured me in the holding cells that night when they had me. And you remember, I'm all by myself. OPP, OPP. Mm, mm, right? This is the OPP, right? They're supposed to serve and protect, not beat you down. Right? But this is what they do. This is the police. So with them coming up to the park that night, not the park, but Bass Lake that night down on that logging road, and ordering us to come down. Now I don't understand what the body camera would do if they caught. They would use, of course, they would use their body camera against you. So for them to be holding or wearing a body camera in Canada, they'll only manipulate the video. Just like Andrew Midwood now is going to try and manipulate that video to find me guilty. Okay? They must find me guilty because it's been in the courts now almost 3 years, right? It is my driver's license, and the only thing that the police and not I was gonna go back to that when I was in the holding cells that night at the OPP on the highway up there. They came into my cell, I'm gonna say every hour of the hour, waking me up, telling me it's time to leave, and not once did they ever answer me to where I was. I know I was taken from that campground right at Bass Lake in the middle of the night, and I'm being driven somewhere where they refuse to tell me anything. Why would they tell me anything, right? Then I would have the knowledge, right? So they take me out on the out on the Trans Canada Highway, the OPP, right? They take me out there. I'm gonna show you where they were.